nos vamos hasta New York con Ale Musi, que nos tiene una gran plática con el actor Daniel Radcliffe, famoso por dar vida a Harry Potter en la saga de estas películas de fantasía, y que ahora nos va a contar The Imperium, la cinta que va a protagonizar al lado de Toni Collette. Vamos hasta allá con Ale Musi. ¿Qué internacionales nos ponemos? Hello, New York.
You see the type of organization we have here? We could always use a man like you, Nathan.
Daniel, thank you so much to be with us here.
Thank you for having me.
And I wanted to ask you about Imperium. Mm-hmm. This is a movie that talks about radicalism, fascism, extremism, very sadly themes, and very actual. How was to go so deep in these issues? How was that experience?
It was. Making the film was a great experience. It was a great crew and a great group of people that I was working with. The subject matter is obviously very intense and sadly relevant. But it was, the research part for the film was sort of the most bleak that things got, just because I was having to read kind of a lot of Nazi literature and white supremacist literature and stuff like that, and that was, that does sort of take its toll on your mind eventually a little bit. So yeah, that was sort of the main research, and also talking to Mike German, who my character is based on, sort of the real guy, and being able to ask him what it was like to be undercover.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yes, I can imagine. And also, please tell me how it was to do Swiss Army Man, because it's a very cool movie, very different.
Yes.
How was it?
I loved it. It was absolutely one of the most fun films I've ever done. It was, me and Paul Dano got on really well, and also I think there's something so beautiful about the movie. Like, it's a crazy movie and it's weird, and people have, heard all the sort of crazy stuff about it, but beneath that is something really tender and beautiful and sweet, as well as being very, very funny.
And also, I have to ask you, for Alfonso Cuarón, do you have any project coming maybe together? Have you been chatting?
We spoke a while ago about something that didn't end up happening, but yeah, no, I mean, Alfonso is an amazing director, and obviously took the Harry Potter series in a direction that I don't think anybody thought we would go, and did something incredibly interesting for the series. And really for all of us as actors, I think we were 13 or 14 when he started working with us, and we were all ready to kind of take that next leap, and he really helped us with that. And obviously he's an incredible director that has gone on to even bigger and better things.
Excellent. You have been dealing with the fact to be very famous since you were a child, and I think you have been doing it pretty well.
Thank you.
How did you manage it? It was like a learning process, or it was natural to you?
No, it's definitely a learning process. You learn how to cope with various things. To different, in terms of doing press, I'm better at it than I used to be. I'm also more protective of and private probably than I used to be. So there's, you only learn by making the mistakes. You learn by saying too much in an interview and then seeing that go everywhere, or you learn that's kind of how you get to grips with it. And in a way, I think it's easier having become famous when you're very young than when you're, say, like 18 or 19, because I think when you're 10 or 11 you're very adaptable, and anything you sort of just roll with it, whatever's happening. And so yeah, I think, but I was very lucky to have the right people around me, my parents and also all my friends on the set. They were all just good at keeping me grounded.
Excellent. So thank you so much, Daniel. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Lovely.
Are you a cop?
These guys are fanatics. They will not be taken alive.
Justo de esta película que vimos las imágenes, él comenta que tuvo que leer muchos libros sobre la historia nazi y que siente que leyó muchas cosas muy perturbadoras para la mente, pero pues cómo no.